Welcome. This presentation was created by Mitch Bates Jones and Patrick Cook.
Before taking office, each justice must be appointed by the President and confirmed by the Senate. Justices hold office during good behavior, typically for life. An appeal is when a person or party is filing for another trial because they were not satisfied with the verdict of the first one. A defendant can file for an appeal as many times as he or she wants. Two of the upper courts and the appeal court must accept the appeal so the defendant gets another trial.
The general appeal process in America is a defendant that does not agree with the verdict of the first trial and basically wants another trial in a higher court, but the verdict of that higher court overrules the lower court or the last trial's verdict. To apply for an appeal, two of the lower courts and the appeal court must accept the appeal based on the last trial's verdict and the argument of the defendant. To be refused the option to appeal, the process is very similar, except if two of the lower courts or the appeal court does not accept the appeal, then the appeal will be overruled and the verdict of the first court will be filled out. In California, you are not just fighting the verdict of the first trial. You are fighting the court and the judge of the trial. Therefore, the other courts decide whether or not you get another trial based off what the verdict of that trial was, what the judge says, and what your argument for applying for an appeal is. After the appeal hearing, the defendant would be notified in 30 to 60 days whether he or she gets an appeal. Only a defendant can apply for an appeal, but there can be cross appeals, which is an appeal brought by the respondent. That is when the respondent thinks the defendant's punishment was not severe enough and wants to try to get a bigger punishment in a higher court.